Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to another video. Now, this is a study with me. We haven't done a dedicated one of these in a while. I started off by journaling in my bullet journal just because my stress levels weren't the lowest, we'll just say that. But to take my mind off things first in the morning, I basically finished off by annotating the article that I was reading the previous day. I then moved on to making more of my notes on my tablet again using the whiteboard app, and this is just me basically experimenting and getting used to digital note taking, which is very new to me. And then after that I just finished off by reading a personal statement, so this was something I was doing for tutoring and just basically giving someone feedback. Why is my ear like blocked? Right, anyways, hey guys, good morning. Yes, I'm still in my dressing gown. I work at my desk in the mornings in my pajamas and dressing gown, okay? Because I'm gonna go on a run and I'm gonna get changed, and I change about 1,000,000 times a day anyway, so I'm just like, we're just gonna stay in my pajamas when I'm working in the mornings. I'm not feeling too good, to be brutally honest right now. Oh, guys, I'm stressed. I'm really stressed. I don't normally openly say I'm stressed, but I need to learn to do this because when you recognize you're stressed, you can like remedy that. And you know, I am stressed, right? Stressed, okay. I said in another video that I wasn't sleeping very well. I'm still not sleeping very well. I did not sleep at all last night. I looked at my phone to check the time when I went to the toilet and it was 3 AM and I was like, oh my gosh, I am not gonna get up at 7 AM in like 4 hours. Just no, that's just not happening. So I woke up, I missed my alarms, I just like snoozed and was like, you're tired, Holly, just read in bed. So I read for a long time and then I got up, I wrote in my bullet journal, I did some gratitude journaling because I know that that always helps me when I'm feeling a bit off. And then I opened my emails and I have so many emails and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I realized that my scheduling has gone to shite, like absolute shite. I've written things wrong in my diary on the wrong days, and so I was like, great Holly, like why am I making these mistakes? I do this when I'm tired, so I'm like, okay, so the sleep is just not helping anything, and I've had to reschedule other things today because I'm stressed and I need to do other stuff, and oh my gosh. Right, I need to blow my nose. You're not gonna cry, Holly. I feel just really tense. There's no sign of a nosebleed. I get nosebleeds when I'm like truly stressed, and I was on the verge of having a nosebleed yesterday, but we haven't fully had one yet, so we're actually doing okay. Also, on a more optimistic note, yesterday was a good day. Although my week is not really going to plan, like I'm delayed and behind with everything, and today writing something wrong in my diary and throwing everything off has just tipped me over the edge. But I'm trying to say to myself that yesterday was a good day. You can get through today, it's okay. I also have like 4 more days until I start my masters, although next week I think is literally just an induction week, so I don't even know. Enough of me waffling right now. My camera battery is gonna die. I am gonna go on a run. We're gonna get ourselves ready to go on our morning run because that always makes me feel a lot better. I just need to get outside in the fresh air, listen to a podcast, take my mind off things, and we'll get back to it today. I was planning to, and I want to still follow this plan through, if that makes sense, with like taking this day to myself to study, get in the zone, and it's gonna be fine. It's going to be a good day. If you're feeling stressed right now, from me to you, it's gonna be fine. The sun is shining, so that should be a good thing, right? We're not gonna take the watch today because it doesn't have any charge. Still have the insoles in, my feet feel really swollen with them in, but let's get running. So I'm doing a route I haven't done in a while, and it's a tough hill, this one. It doesn't even look that steep, but it is. I'm still walk running, but I have no timer on today. I'm just doing it like roughly. I'm so worried it's gonna rain. It started to spit when I started running and it's held off. I'm hoping it holds off. This is like the best part of running for me, just like the peacefulness. Like I can hear nothing right now except the wind, and it's just so nice. Obviously I'm listening to a podcast. I've stopped it right now, but you know, it's just the best thing. Should I stop running? The walk run sequences I'm just making up by this point. But yeah, basically the book I'm reading at the moment, Eat and Run, I said I was gonna read it as soon as I started running again, and it's just so inspirational. Like, it's basically about a guy who's plant-based and he's like an ultra marathon runner. It's been raining so it's slippery, but yeah, I'm just trying to channel that in a drive. I honestly don't think I'll ever run an ultra marathon, but you know, having that mindset to like keep going when your body says stop, it's just like what you gotta do sometimes. As I said, I was still walk running, but at the start of my run I was running for the majority of the time, and then I just walked the last section of the run, and as you can see I was feeling for raindrops from the sky because it basically started to rain. I've literally just come inside and it's starting to rain. Like, that timing, wow. That run, based on what I've done before in the past, is like 8 kilometers, and I ran for probably about over 5 kilometers of it, and then the rest I walked. I've made a lot of progress with my foot and I just didn't want to push it too far, so I walked the last bit of it along this really main road, but you know, it was fine. That was my morning workout. I'm hungry now, so I'm gonna stretch out. I need to like stretch my foot out a lot, and then I'm going to go downstairs. I'm proud of you, foot, you know, you're holding up well. So I stretched out and also did my exercises for my foot that I've been given from my physio. I made a green smoothie, but it kind of turned a weird color because I added a lot of blueberries, and I also used my Vivo Life protein powder. I don't know what color this is gonna turn out, but anyways, here goes. Well, here goes. This is the color we ended up with. It was a kind of off green. I don't even know what color this is, but I basically made myself a hot lemon as well and went back upstairs to my room to get started with the studying. So the first thing I did was a kind of memory recall exercise. I basically used my whiteboard on my tablet to write out what I could remember from what I'd learned yesterday, and then I went through my notes on my MacBook and then added any extra detail that I hadn't remembered in red. So all of this was just rough basically, and I talked about this in my last video where I talked about study tips and how I approach academic years. So this was the final result, and then after that I moved on to basically doing a bit of research into chemotherapy. So I used a variety of articles online. One of those was a review paper, and I just typed up those notes, and I also added to those using some of my notes from my final year. Oh, and then to finish off I just did a bit of admin to get on top of that. So it wasn't studying, just a bit of admin. My hair is so frizzy, but let's ignore that. It's so dull outside. It's just not the most appealing weather. You know, it was sunny this morning, but I honestly jinxed it. I was like, it's so sunny, that's something to be happy about. And then the clouds have just loomed over us. It doesn't seem too like dull. The camera is doing a very good job to disguise this right now, but it is looking like this. You see, can you see? It's not even that apparent. That's grey, right? And it feels a lot darker in real life. Maybe it's because I have my blinds closed, but anyways, I don't know, I just like to have my blinds closed. I don't know. But anyways, that has been a very productive, feel-good study session. It's been like, I don't even know, 4 hours, and I've just been, you know, totally absorbed and engrossed in what I'm studying, what I'm learning, and you know, recapping and going back over. I close my emails, I turn my phone on airplane mode, which is still here on airplane mode. I know that I can just study and keep going when I love something, and you guys know I love biology, so it's all good. Let's go in here. Basically, I'm in Emily's new room. She's at work right now, so I really kind of shouldn't be in here. I'm trespassing, but it's okay. And we'll do a full room tour at some point on her channel, and so I will leave everything to be disclosed in that video. But essentially, she's finally moving in here. She's been like working hard to move everything from her old room into this room, and I honestly love it. It's actually really nice. Oh my gosh, this chair is like so nice. I haven't sat on it before. Oh, it's very nice. Ooh. It doesn't go like up and down. Her whole desk goes up and down. Yeah, I could sit here. You know, maybe when I get a bit, you know, bored of my room, I'll just come in here and work. I'm joking, I won't do that, but you know, I just wanted to test this chair. She'll never know that I came in here, you know. But yeah, as I said at the start of this video, guys, it is sponsored by The New Scientist. Like, oh my gosh, I genuinely cannot believe I'm saying this. Take a deep breath, Holly, but The New Scientist? That's honestly crazy to me, because back in the day when I was doing my A-levels, I started reading The New Scientist. I wrote about it in my personal statement, and then it was also a talking point in my Cambridge interviews. In general though, reading The New Scientist really kind of sparked my interest in reading scientific articles and literature, and it drew out my enthusiasm for science and biology in particular, like seeing how science and biology can be applied in the real world. It is the world's leading science and technology magazine actually, and they have weekly magazines in print form. These are the August issues basically, and they're also available on the app, and it's also a science news website with articles that they basically release every single day. For me personally, I could read science every day and I wouldn't get bored. I also have an interest in going into like science communications in the future, and so yeah, just like reading loads of different articles is obviously really useful for me. But in the past, like as I said, I used it to like boost and complement my applications to university. And I mean, even at university, like reading around your subject and reading articles that really give you a broader context of the subject will like prevent you from being swallowed whole by all the nitty-gritty details. Like biology is full of jargon. You need to just take a step back and be like, why am I even learning about this stuff? Recently, yes, there are quite a lot of articles about like the pandemic, and so I read this one the other day about why contact matters, and I personally really resonated with this, or it kind of like spoke to me, just because I've never really realized the importance of social interactions, physical kind of contact, non-sensual physical contact, like your social capital as it talks about. I may be biased, I love biology a bit too much, but basically The New Scientist does have articles that are going to appeal to anyone and everyone, whether it's like science or technology or even like arts and humanities. There is always something you can find to read in The New Scientist. Everything is so accessible and really enjoyable to read, so that's why I just love it. This has made my day talking about The New Scientist, let's be real. But basically there is a link in the description box that you guys can click, and you can get either a print or a digital subscription. And because you're watching this video, you can get an exclusive offer. So basically you can get 10 issues of The New Scientist for just £10, or either 10 US dollars or 20 Australian dollars. And regardless of which subscription you sign up to, you can get unlimited access to the website and their archive, books, videos, all the resources, the full package basically. And that offer is literally so good at saving you up to like 91% of the original price or something crazy. So yeah, honestly, this is crazy. I want to say a huge shout out to The New Scientist for sponsoring this. But yeah, let me actually show you this. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. I know what I'm looking for. Let me find it. Hello. This is the folder I'm looking for. I am sure I've shown you this book in a video that I filmed quite a long time ago. This was my like Cambridge application prep book. I wrote down everything, like look. This is where I like wrote down everything that I learned beyond school. You see this? Can you see that? Right? This is from an article back in June 2015. I literally have a vivid memory of me reading this, cutting it out, highlighting it, annotating it, and I wrote about it in my personal statement. It was about like skin cancer. It referenced Australia, like I'm doing a master's now in cancer. I've been to Australia. We've been full circle, right? Anyway, sorry, I just had to show you that. So you guys know I'm a sucker for cold food, and cold potatoes are literally so good. I basically couldn't really be bothered to make it look all fancy today, so I just chopped up a load of salad and basically just ate off the chopping board and ate potatoes from the Tupperware. So that's great. And also The New Scientist magazine has a crossword in the back of every issue, and I love crosswords.
Hold on. You gonna go dog walking?
Yeah.
About half an hour?
Excuse me.
Oh, don't tell me. Alright, let me guess. New Scientist.
Right, so my dad's idea of half an hour is more like 3 hours, so that gave me time to finish my lunch. I then could go back upstairs and start reading through some of my notes that I wanted to look over. I was just reading them and underlining some key information because I can't just sit and read something passively. I have to be actively doing something alongside. I drew some diagrams at the bottom to kind of summarize what I'd learnt, and then Dad and I took Bali and Java on a walk, but it was super dark. Dad and I just got back from a walk. It was a power walk, dog walk. I'm back on the tablet and I'm gonna try downloading OneNote, I think, is the app that I've heard a lot of people mention and talk about. So I'm gonna download it and just play around with it, I think. OneNote. Oops. Microsoft OneNote. Wait, do I have it already? My friends, welcome back to Holly having technological issues.
I didn't have OneNote, I had to download it, but I was also watching tutorials as well.
Why does this lighting make me look purple? But anyways, I think we got it to work. We have the OneNote. We had a few technical issues as per usual, but
we did successfully download OneNote, and so I basically started playing around and experimenting with the software. It is very similar to my whiteboard app that I got before. However, I think it's a bit more sophisticated, and I think I will use both of them to complement each other. But anyways, I moved on to organizing my folder because I needed to do that, and I also then needed to sort out the pile of clothes that's sitting next to that. And finally, I then basically had to edit a video. So this was my 24-hour no phone challenge, which was actually super fun to do. I will link the video in a card. I finished off by updating my weekly plan and my bullet journal, so planning the things I wanted to do the next day, ticking off everything I'd achieved on this day, and then basically after that I moved away from my desk to do a bit of stretching on my yoga mat. This is not really stretching, this is me doing, I don't even know what, just being creative, because why not? This takes a lot of concentration, by the way, but it's actually really fun. So yeah, a bit of stretching and Holly's style of yoga, which is basically having fun. On a more serious note, because I had been feeling quite stressed in my mind and in my head today, relieving tension in my body really can help me relieve my overall stress. And I did, as you can see, also stretch out my foot, so I used my spiky ball.
Ow! Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that's so painful. I have a serious love-hate relationship with this spiky ball. Oh gosh. Also ignore my extra ponytail. Okay. Hello everybody. Say hello, Minnie. Look at her little paws. Oh, they're so cute. Basically, I just had a shower, didn't I, Minnie? I literally don't know where she's been for the past few days. This is kind of like her room. She has her bed in here and it has like the cat flap. I feel like she just stares at the cat flap. Hello. Hey. Vlogging. I feel like she just sits and stares at the cat flap. I don't know what she's looking for. She's like guarding the house or something, or she's got a boyfriend, who knows. Yep, see, this is her looking at the cat flap. Like, what's gonna come through the cat flap, Minnie? Nothing scary is there. Yeah, just waiting. So yeah, I've just had a shower. I'm gonna go and have my food, and I think I'm just gonna finish this video here because otherwise it gets really late and then I'm lying in bed and like whispering and, you know. Having woken up feeling like really stressed this morning, the rest of my day has actually been okay, just because I think I like shut off my emails. I haven't really looked at my phone much today and I've just focused on like studying. I know I still have a lot of other things I should be doing, but I just wanted to dedicate pretty much a whole day to just, you know, studying, doing something that I haven't done in a long time just for myself and to get back into the swing of things. So yeah, I do have a habit of taking on quite a lot, and sometimes I don't really know how I manage to fit everything in. The more I think about how it's going to work feasibly, like going into this year of my masters, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this, like so much going on. How am I going to juggle it all? The more I think about that, the more it stresses me out. So I try not to think about it and just go with the flow and see how we get on. We'll either float or sink, and we just have to see. But yeah, I just can't really help myself keeping myself awake feeling stressed. And as I said, starting like a new course or something new, I do feel quite anxious and nervous, as I've said before. So those feelings still persist. I just think as soon as I get started with everything and I start to like find my feet and see how everything goes, I should be fine. It happened when I started Cambridge, it happened when I went traveling, it's gonna happen again, but we've just got to push through and it should sort itself out. So yeah, those are my final thoughts of the day. I will round it off here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like it if you did, comment down below, subscribe, hit the bell, and yeah, I'll speak to you very soon in another video. Bye!